Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies based on nothing but their very weird descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
I'm Albert, and who's reading today, Brantley? We haven't decided. Are you going?
I got them pulled up.
Go for it.
Okay. First up, we have Identity.
Identity. This sounds like a... I'm getting like, what do they call those? The original movies? No, yeah, but on TV.
Lifetime?
Hallmark is what I was thinking, but Lifetime works also. Hallmark Channel original movie, Identity.
When a vicious storm breaks out in the Nevada desert.
Not where I was expecting that to go.
10 people seek refuge in an isolated motel, where I'm sure nothing will go wrong. I wonder if it's that one with the clowns.
How is this? Okay, so there's 10 people in this area seeking shelter, but the hotel is isolated. Like, what? I know that this is not probably the thing to be asking about this movie, but it seems really unlikely that there would just be 10 people in the vicinity of this hotel if it's so far out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, maybe it's like on one of the highways.
I guess they could. My impression is that these are all separate 10 people. They could just be all on a bus.
That's true.
That I would accept.
That would make the most sense. Yeah, it'd be great if it said busload.
It might not be, Brantley. This is the whole point of the show. We sort of make it up as we go.
Fair enough. At the same time, a serial killer, under the care of psychiatrist Dr. Malik, who has yet to found the killer's revealing journal.
Wait. So he's taking care of this guy, but he doesn't know he's a killer? He knows he's a killer and he's looking for his journal because there's some juicy tidbits about Susie from third grade.
Or maybe he's trying to like prove, he has no proof, but he's like, I saw it, and like, it's not admissible. He's like, can I still be his patient? He wants to put you away. Yeah, but we get along.
I don't think that's how
also,
evidence
he won't
works.
let me stab people, and that's good for you. Not saying I stab people, but he keeps me from stabbing people, which I don't do anyways.
Okay. I
have like this version of this killer I've made up in my mind now.
He's kind of got a reverse Hannibal Lecter. Like, instead of being the psychiatrist, he just like really wants a good psychiatrist.
He's like, I don't want to stab people, but I kind of do. Want to, not that I do it.
Can we talk about it, Doc?
I like that he rambles for a bit and he's like, I don't actually do that, though. Not saying I do or don't. So yeah, the psychiatrist awaits execution for murdering a group of motel guests. So he is confirmed, but the guy just wants his diary.
Wait, okay.
I'm going to back up and read that sentence again.
Yeah, go ahead, but I still think it's not going to make any sense to me.
So 10 people, they're in the hotel. At the same time, a serial killer, under the care of psychiatrist Dr. Malik, who has just found the killer's revealing journal, awaits execution for murdering a group of motel guests.
Is the hotel like a country unto itself? Has he undergone trial at the hotel jury and like been found guilty and sentenced to death at the hotel? Because that's the impression I'm getting. Like, you killed some people at this hotel and now you're going to stay here because you've been sentenced to death?
Yeah, I don't know why he's not at, prison. Or presumably, like, on the way to the, they could say on the way to his sentencing, and that'd be fine.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, then there'd probably be a cop there as well.
It'd be such a weird coincidence that they're like, well, we're going to stop here at your old stomping grounds and put you in a room with some
really, like, inappropriately ambivalent guard. He's like, this bring back memories? Yes. Can I hold your gun? No, but, this must really make you happy being here. And the psychiatrist is like rubbing his forehead in the background. Just, oh my God. This guy. When the storm-stranded travelers realize they are being killed off one by one, limo driver Ed Dakota bids to stay alive and reveal the murderer's identity.
Ed Dakota is almost an awesome name.
It's so close.
It's so close. Like, I'm Ed Dakota. Man. It's like he's trying to be Indiana Jones, but it's not quite there.
He's played by John Cusack.
Okay.
So he'll at least be entertaining. So
all we're revising from bus to limo. 10 people in a limo?
Sure.
Okay, and he's driving the limo that he was driving away from the 2012 disaster, obviously. He took a little detour.
Wound up in Nevada.
Kids. Yeah, you guys didn't see that part of the movie. It was cut for,
It was cut. It went off with this whole it entered the pacing, went off with this whole side plot with a serial killer for some reason. They're just like, this doesn't work with our story. It's a disaster flick. Let's just make this its own thing.
You know, I was going to say Ridley Scott.
Effects weren't ready yet. So this guy?
No, the guy who made 2012. I was going to say Ridley Scott. Roland Emmerich.
Yeah.
Well, Roland Emmerich was like 2 seconds ago, he was being chased by a giant tidal wave. How did he have time to stop at this hotel? It didn't make sense even to him, so he cut it out. But
they did manage to keep the storm, though.
Yes, they did.
The low budget mid-cool. Instead of the world shattering, it's just a really heavy thunderstorm.
So I missed, I think, the end of that sentence because I got all excited about the...
Ed Dakota.
Right, yeah.
He bids to stay alive, which is presumably the goal of everyone else in this movie, but sure, I guess that's his... He, announces it. I'm going to try to live. Good for you guys, so are we! And reveal the murderer's identity.
Oh, that was the title of the movie.
How many times do you think they use the word identity in this? Who's the identity of this killer? We have to figure out his identity. We have to identify him. Close. That doesn't count, though.
So, I do enjoy this mystery because you have a guy who is 100% a killer.
In motels, where they're at.
He has killed people specifically here before, but... I'm assuming he's not the killer now?
If he is I think he's a psychiatrist.
It would be a major letdown if it was him again. It's like, well, yeah, no duh.
This is my thing. I'm not even sure why I'm here. I'm awaiting execution. These guys are dumb. They basically handed me the knife. I mean, there's a kitchen over there.
I don't understand this at all.
This movie's dumb and I like it.
I do. That's very much fun.
Up next, we have Hard to Be a God. Which every time I read that, I think of the song Tough to Be a God from Road to El Dorado.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
I've seen that song.
Oh, okay.
It's cool animation. A group of scientists, which personally wasn't prepared for scientists to lead off a movie called Tough to Be a God.
Yeah, I was thinking there was just like some drama set in Mount Olympus or something.
Scientist is sent to the planet Arkanar. Great name.
They were sent. They didn't go on their...
No.
They weren't planning.
Not even astronauts. Just you're going to space. Boom.
All you guys talking about science all the time. You don't know what you're talking about. Go to Arkanar.
I'm picturing the rocket flying up and you hear the old man from the beginning of Emperor's New Groove. Sorry. To help the local civilization. So we've just made contact. It's they need help. Go put our culture there because it's superior.
I mean, I'm struggling with the usage of the word local in this description. It's on another planet.
It's local to that planet. It's the locals.
It's local to a planet, apparently?
Maybe there's one surviving group. I don't know.
We
are
also
the local system. That's what we call our solar system. Local is, you have to adjust for scale.
It can't be the local civilization unless there's also...
There's our civilization, which is not from the planet Arkanar.
It just doesn't sit right with me. But go on.
Good, because it gets dumber.
Good.
So they help in the local civilization, locally located on this local planet, which is in the medieval phase of its own history. Yes.
So we're operating by Doctor Who rules.
Or any sci-fi movie from the 50s where it's they've reached dinosaur level. It's not how that works.
Doctor Who, though, had a spaceship, but sometimes he would go to other planets where... I remember specifically there was one where they were just... they had humans for whatever reason. I guess humans are just seeded around the galaxy. I don't think they ever talk about it. I'm sure they do at some point, but...
Probably sometime.
Sometimes he's just on another planet where there's humans, and he... it was the medieval era, and they were they had a whole sort of... It wasn't back in our time, I don't think... but there's this whole sort of analog of the Catholic Church, sort of suppressing science and talking about astronomy, and he kind of fought against that for several episodes. It was pretty good.
Remember that joke I said about our culture being better? So it's sent to help the locals, which is the medieval phase, to find the right path to progress.
These guys haven't... I don't know. Maybe they haven't seen Star Trek? And this whole prime directive idea, because that seems like a good rule to follow.
Their task is a difficult one. They cannot interfere violently, and in no case can they kill.
They can just give people money who they want to succeed. It's super easy, guys. They're in the medieval era.
I'm assuming you're meaning their currency by picturing a guy just like, here's some Benjamins. Thanks for the paper. Stop being a jerk.
Like this bald dude. I like his picture. I don't know why it's all green though.
The scientist Rumata tries to save the local intellectuals from their punishment and cannot avoid taking a position. I think that means taking sides, but...
Yeah, nobody told him he couldn't have a position. There was no point in the summary where they
won't give me a job.
I'm here to save you guys from extinction. By the way,
what's your 401k? What are your health benefits? What's
dental?
Health benefits? This guy with like 3 teeth. What's dental? Treated by the planet's natives as a kind of divinity, Don Rumata is both godlike and impotent in the face of its chaos and brutality.
I mean, he doesn't need to be having kids with these people anyway.
Probably wouldn't. That's probably why he's impotent. Different species from different planets.
Like, I don't understand. I'm a scientist having sex with people from another planet. Why am I not producing many offspring?
And now this person celebrates their writing class as if the question were, what would you do in God's place?
Is that what the question were? Is that what it were?
It says as if, so it might be. It might not be.
We don't want to commit to it.
I mean, the way it's phrased, that's not in the movie, but he felt like being artsy at the end. I say he, I don't know. I'm not going to gender this person on the internet.
I mean, well, we can just default to he. That's fine.
All right.
I'm not feminist enough not to do that. I don't know that this is like an exact analog to playing God. I mean, there are plenty of people in that position now, leaders and stuff, that have to make decisions, and they're like, I think this would be good. And then there's some weird unintended consequence. You're like, oh crap, thousands of people died. And I was just trying to help out lemurs or something. You know, I'm not trying to be specific here.
Did you ever watch West Wing?
No, I haven't. I should. I've heard good things.
In one of the early episodes, the president's aide is on a plane somewhere else and gets shot down.
Yeah.
With a bunch of other Americans. It's like an American envoy plane.
Right.
And understandably, President Barlow is upset. Michael Martin Sheen's character, and he wants to, retaliate.
Yeah.
And they present to him a retaliation. He's like, this is barely doing anything. He's like, this is a scaled response, just, 1-to-1. He's like, no, we are going to strike back hard. We're going to draw the line in the sand. And they come back with this massive, display. It's like, we'll do this. It'll cause this, and this massive war of dominoes. And he's like, do the first one, basically. Yeah. Well, it's really well acted because Martin Sheen.
Yes. It's probably a little bit more dramatic than what you just said.
That and more eloquent. Then, yeah, do it.
Just pretend like that was Donald Trump.
A show where everyone's dramatic and the president's just like, yeah, that thing would be hilarious.
I don't know, guys.
Oh, wait, we elected that a couple of years ago. Is it still cool to make fun of Bush? W?
No, I think.
I mean, he's a cool dude. He's a painter now, and that's rad.
From what I've heard, people have, the political discourse I'm hearing is, we're so sorry we made fun of him. Can we go back to that, please?
Remember when the presidency was just mildly annoying instead of infuriating and or embarrassing?
Remember when the president just sounded dumb instead of actually being dumb?
Oh, shots fired. So
sorry, guys.
Up next, we have Unknown Island. An Air Force pilot, Ted. I just love that as an aside. Ted, his name's Ted. Good guy. Ted, check out Ted. Good dude.
He's in the Air Force, He's a pilot.
He's a pilot. Ted, I like Ted. He's an Air Force pilot. The pilot in the Air Force flew those planes. Really good. Guy Ted, all right. Don't know what he did.
How did he meet your mother?
Veered off course by a typhoon.
Typhoon.
Oh, poor Ted. Such a good guy. He's a pilot. Spawned an island in the Pacific that had strange giant beasts living on it during World War II.
Oh, I like this. Yes.
Yeah, he saw those. Now, after the war, I like that he went back and fought the war, and then he's like, by the way, there was a really weird island out there, guys. Ted, stop joking. I like you, Ted. You're a good guy. You're a pilot in the Air Force, but you need to stop joking. Okay. Good old Ted. I don't know why that amuses me so much. It's not even funny.
Nobody, do not say that. You chase whatever is amusing you right now. This is what this podcast's about.
He and a well-to-do fiance.
Oh.
So
Ted.
Ted, you're Air Force pilot. Your fiance, not in the Air Force. Carol. Carol, Ted, you meet Ted? Ted, this is Carol. Meet each other. She's well-to-do. You're in the Air Force. She get along. Are in Singapore to hire Captain Tarnowski.
All right, yeah. So he's all obsessed about this dinosaur island, and his wife has a lot of money, so she can afford to put up with him, and he's hot. All right, like he's 100% a trophy.
Also,
hunter.
he's an American hero, sir. Air Force pilot Ted from World War II.
That adds to his value as a trophy husband.
Yes, it does.
Obviously,
I do like this, gender reversal.
Yep.
Yeah. So Tarnowski, a hardline, womanizing ship owner, to help them find this uncharted island. Which I assume that's why you got the ship owner. Thanks.
Right.
I own a ship. Cool. Can you find us a plane? I'm a pilot.
I feel bad for this guy. Like, he's a womanizer, but he's spending a lot of time at sea, probably with a bunch of dudes. You think he's just getting, like, all the women in, like, at one time, and that seems like he's a womanizer? Yeah. That's
why there were brothels at port towns.
No, I get that.
Not the only reason, obviously, but that's why they were encouraged at port towns.
I just feel like that they're describing him as a womanizer, and maybe he's just a sailor.
He just gets it out of the way.
He's like, I'm only here for a week.
This is from the fiance's point of view. She describes this, and the husband's like, I've worked with sailors. Nah, it's just, gets really lonely out there.
It's like, we've only got the one pinup, and boy, does she see a lot of action. Internet hasn't been invented yet.
All right, that's a joke. About masturbation. Tarnowski, which twice now has been spelled with a capital I at the end. Tarnowski has heard of this island from a drunk, John Fairbanks, and brings him along for his knowledge of the mystery. His mystery is apparently drunken rambling, so thanks for that knowledge. I saw an island, giant things on it.
The pilot comes up, he's like, okay, so I wanted you to take me to these coordinates here at this time of day. I think there's a mysterious pilot. And the guy's like, you know what? I heard about that from this drunk. We're going to take him too. I know where it's at. We need this guy. There's going to be some dinosaurs on this island.
What you should do is you go north.
Go north until you see that cloud.
And then you go north.
That one that looks like the elephant with the big thing sticking out of its butt. It's kind of like feather shape.
And then you go north.
Yeah. I guess it starts to get cold at some point. Then there's a lot of dinosaurs.
And then you go south. They find the island and have to battle a mutiny from the crew because they're dealing with these guys leading the pack. We can keep the lady, right? No? Then get off. Dozens of tyrannosaurs and a big ape-looking thing they call a giant sloth.
I like how
not King Kong, guys. It's a giant sloth.
I enjoy when the description writer gets in on sort of bashing on the movie.
It's like, this is dumb.
They call it a giant sloth, but it's 100% a dude in a gorilla costume.
That's it for that.
Oh, that's all of it. Okay, yeah. I thought it felt like there might be one more sentence.
It felt like there should be, but it's just like there's a giant ape thing they call a sloth, and at this point, I think the description writer was done. So they call it a sloth. I'm out. Make up your ending.
I like the mutiny angle. That's kind of fun.
So they're trapped on the island now,
or at least they have to take the ship back, possibly.
Meanwhile, I like that the only dinosaur mentioned is Tyrannosaurus.
I mean, that's the only one that anybody cares about, right?
Yeah, pretty much most of that. But I like the idea that everything else is just kind of normal animals, and then just also Tyrannosaur, just hunting herds of cows individually.
Okay,
and then also the giant ape sloth.
Yeah, well, that thing. It's a giant sloth. I feel bad that there aren't more like some of the giant animals that are gone now. What's the one I was always excited about? Not giant armadillo. That's a thing too. There is a giant sloth. There was a giant
Megatherium.
What is that?
That's giant sloth.
Okay. Anyway, we used to have really giant animals in America, and they're all gone now. Probably the Indians got a lot of them. The American
global
Indians.
Cooling got them,
or that. Some of both, maybe.
And then global warming.
You get it coming from both angles.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll do it for this week. Thanks to you guys so much for listening. If you like this show and you want to hear more of it, more exclusive episodes, go over to patreon.com, and for as little as insert number of dollars here that I don't remember.
Future Al, fix it.
Dollars a month, you can get access to our monthly exclusive episode and help keep the show going and encourage us.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.
See you next week.